Dear Mr. Signla, my name is Umberto Sulpasso, and I'm very grateful to Ambassador Shedi and to Ambassador Fabian to be able to address you. I am Senior Fellow in the Digital Center for Future, University of Southern California, directed by Dr. Jeffrey Cole, who, in President Clinton's words, is a true visionary in digital economy. And in addition, I teach global society and new media in Rome University. Asia is often referred to as possessing the demographic bomb. With your support, we might envision to change it, at least for India, in knowledge bomb, with immense business impact and huge national social achievements. Mr. Signla, I am sorry to take some of your precious time, but I hope we can jointly help His Excellency Prime Minister Narendra Modi to accomplish an historical goal, to calculate for India the first gross domestic knowledge product of the world.
As I said yesterday,
Come ho già affermato ieri,
GDKP has global significance.
il PIL della conoscenza ha una portata globale.
It is necessary not only for India or Italy,
È necessario non solo per l'Italia o per l'India,
for the rest of the world too.
ma anche per il mondo in toto.
Years ago, a popular Indian movie producer got very much excited when I told him of gross domestic knowledge product of India. He said, I will make a movie, India from Gandhi Revolution to Knowledge Revolution. I'm sure it will be very much successful. Why? Culture, history, I dare say destiny. Veda, India's sacred books, mean knowledge. I am sure it will be a big hit on big screen, on TV, on second and third screen. Dear Fabian, I do hope that with Mr. Singla's support we can make the historical movie from Mahatma Gandhi Independence Revolution to Narendra Modi Knowledge Revolution. The most popular index in the world, the GDP, Gross Domestic Product, invented by Nobel Prize Kuznets, is under attack. GDP is not working anymore. Sarkozy has created within OECD a commission to substitute it, but so far all proposals were a failure. GDP is an index of past trends and not of future growth. In order to evaluate future growth, we need to track down a motor, an engine. History is important, but future can be different. We don't have to substitute GDP, but integrate the index of past trend with an index of future growth. That's why we need Gdkp. In Gdkp, K stands for knowledge. Knowledge has become by far the most traded raw material in daily life for millions of people. Show, school, transaction, spying. In the case of India, hundreds of million people trade daily in knowledge. On world level, billions of people trade daily in knowledge. That's why Gdkp will soon become the single most important measure for economy's growth. Let us assume that thanks to Prime Minister Modi, we determine the Gdkp of India. Then the ratio GDP over Gdkp will be the K factor of India. Suppose that K factor of India is 10. That means that increasing the Gdkp by 1 point, the growth in GDP would be 10 points. Here we see in action the knowledge bomb. No other political decision could assure such an increase in national wealth. Obviously, not in all industrial sectors knowledge has the same multiplier effect. Agriculture, services, public sectors have all different K multipliers. Large cities, villages have different K multipliers. Households have different K multipliers. Therefore, we will break down the single nation K multiplier in a set of different K multipliers by industry, agriculture, household, government, etc. Knowledge production matrix will provide people of India and future governments the texture of impact of knowledge on business and citizens, leaving the invisible hand of Adam Smith to old-fashioned economy, introducing the visible hand of impact of knowledge. Prime Minister Modi will provide historical lasting legacy for future Indian governments and the young generation. When Modi's government will produce India Gdkp model, government will hand it over to all states, regions, cities, and assist them to calculate the Gdkp of Punjab, Gujarat, Delhi, Mumbai, etc. A phenomenal support for budgeting. India will be the first country in the world able to appreciate the impact of knowledge from the capital to the smallest village, from great companies to a single individual. Central government will usher India in the digital age. Sure, India's breaking monopoly of credit rating system. Many countries have tried to promote their own credit rating system. China, for instance, is trying hard to enter that market. But still, world control is that of the big three: Moody's, Standard & Poor's, Fitch, although they are frequently accused to be an arbitrary and often manipulating system. Let's not forget that a wrong decision can cost lots of money to nations and put in danger political reforms. Just to make the Indians' case, today a change from BAA3 to CAA1 would cost huge amount of money, could halt investments and delay expansion government policies. Governments strongly complain of unacceptable decision by the big three, but outcry, outrage, leave things the way they were. Monopoly of the big three. India could make that change, perhaps through BRICS. When BRICS countries, India, China, Russia, Brazil, South Africa, decided to set in motion different rules and roles for emerging economies, they missed a wonderful opportunity to act as financial market innovators. BRICS acted in the most traditional terms: collection of funds, new agency, new board of decision-making people. Very good ones. But one would call it a confrontation approach rather than innovative approach. India could offer to BRICS a new way to estimate credit rating system, not to substitute the AAA, but to integrate with the triple K, a measure of growth which the big three failed to do. BRICS could create a world information center on countries and companies on K factor, updating information like Nielsen. K factor could become a proper new benchmark in their quest for growth and independence. For instance, that could very well integrate the Dangong Chinese rating system. Absolutely no doubt. When in the late 30s GDP was first proposed by its inventor, Kuznets, all major economists were against it. But Kuznets was smart enough to present it not to the academic world, but to the Minister of Commerce. And the Minister of Commerce decided to do it against economist opinion and against a very negative House Report Committee. 60 years later, Samuelson hailed the GDP as the most important theoretical invention in the economic field of the 20th century. I dare say the same will happen with Gdkp India. Should Prime Minister Modi promote it, it will become an historical world reference.